Hello friends, now I am going to start one topic of new chapter number 5, unit 1 history, movement towards independence. See, we have earlier studied in the history about movement up to 1920-22, but later period after 1920 up to the freedom of India is considered as Gandhian age. See, I am not saying that the no confidence or non cooperation movement was not a Gandhian incident, but after 1923-24 Gandhian movement became more active. That I want to say. So that period after 22-23 is considered to be Gandhian age, and national movements of India in this second phase of Gandhian movement is considered to be most effective movement in Indian freedom movements. This is the second stage. Struggle passed through this period is creating a sequence of events and creating an effect over the lifestyle of the people in the larger scale. So the first impact of second stage in Gandhian movement is Britishers were forced to bring more effective changes in Indian administration during their control, and it is seen in Simon Commission, because earlier we have studied about Swarajya Party and their contribution, but after the Swarajya Party, Simon Commission has been clearly indicated that it is effect of activities done by Swaraj Party, and this commission was required to send to India to stop the Indians' effect and their movements' effect on image of Britishers in world, because actually Britishers were not giving us more effective changes, but due to the Swaraj Party they were forced to send here this commission. Earlier in 1909, thereafter in 1919, in 1909 that was Morlamento reforms. In 1919, Montagu-Chelmsford reforms. Now it was the practice, regular 10 years practice, so it had to come. The commission had to come in India in 1929. But due to the Swaraj Party activities, they sent commission in 1927. They sent their commission 2 years early instead of 1929. So we can understand that effect of Swaraj Party and Gandhian movement's effect was seen very well. So they were forced to send the commission 2 years early to India. And commission was constituted with total 7 members and the president John Simon. So 8 members commission was there, including president. But the surprising thing was not even a single Indian person was in the commission. So Indians opposed that commission. Indians were required to give the recommendations. But to understand the Indian situation, if there is no Indian person in the commission, then it has no meaning. But Indians' request was rejected by Britishers, and neither any Indian member was included in the commission. So the Indians decided to oppose it. I repeat, Indians decided to oppose this commission now. Simon Commission came to India, but at so many places people opposed it. Strikes, processions, loud slogan like Simon go back was in large atmosphere in those days. Lots of the people unfurled black flags. At so many places people made complete close down, strikes, and on other side Britishers suppressed the movement mercilessly. It means Indians demand to send the Britishers commission back was denied. Assistant Superintendent of area decided to lathi charge on the people. At so many places different police officials did the same act. In Lahore, in one incident, Lala Lajpat Rai was leading the procession and people were opposing them, Britishers, under the leadership of Lala Lajpat Rai. But here the police sergeant was Saunders. He brutally used lathi to throw on the head of Lalaji for more than 20 times. So you can understand how much a person can be suffer. Laterly Lalaji was heavily injured. He was taken to the hospital, but in the treatment he died away. So now you understand that the Lalaji's death became a blow to the Britishers' tries to request people to support administration. And in one incident, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Batugeshwar Dutt had killed their superintendent Saunders, who was liable or responsible for killing of Lalaji. So it means now you understand that this incident became a big blow to the efforts of Britishers to bring the peace and make the administration cooperative to people and administration cooperative to each other. In that days, in that situation, when Simon Commission was opposed by Indians, one statement was made by Hindi Wazir. Wazir means Minister of the Indian States. Problem in British government was Lord Birkenhead. He made one statement that if Indians are able to make the constitution which is acceptable by all classes and religions of Indian communities, we will accept it. And Indians took this statement as the challenge. In that situation, Hindi Wazir presented the draft of constitution as per the Simon Commission's report. And earlier Simon Commission report was put in a one side earlier by Britishers. But as the Indians made one report under the leadership of Motilal Nehru, it was known to be Nehru Committee report, and as by this report Motilal Nehru had demanded for independence of dominion status. I repeat, independence of dominion status. Second, they demanded for independent judiciary. And third, they demanded for fundamental right and adult suffrage. So now you understand the four demands were there made by the Nehru to give to Indians. Again I repeat, demanded for freedom of dominion status. Second, independent judiciary. Third, fundamental rights. And fourth, adult suffrage. So now you understand very well that India's demand was not a big demand, and today we can see in our present constitution adult suffrage is there. Second, fundamental right is there. Third, independent judiciary is there, right? And now we are sovereign. Sovereign means completely absolute free from the control of any power. So it means now you understand very well what Nehru demanded. Out of the four, three are reflecting in our constitution. And in those days, Nehru had not asked for complete freedom, but asked for dominion status. So now some students could ask me, dominion status means freedom in your area, but to decide your relations with other countries is not possible through dominion status. And today we are sovereign. Sovereign means complete independence, and under complete independence it is become possible that we take our every decision about every policy matters about Indian administration by us. Is that clear, my friends? So keep in your mind, the administration become easily possible to do by our own way under complete independence. And in those days Nehru had not asked for complete independence, but he demanded dominion status, means in our country we can make laws to rule our nation on by our own way. That was the demand of Nehru. So 4 points Nehru raised: ask for dominion status, second, independent judiciary, third, fundamental right, fourth, adult suffrage. So 4 points were demanded by Indians under Nehru Committee report. Right, my friends? So now we understand that in those days British government had pre-decided plan. If the Indians put any good offer, not to accept it. Same as per the plan, they denied to accept the Nehru Committee report, and they accepted earlier rejected Simon Commission report. Laterly they accepted it. So now you understand that Britishers' intention was not to support Indian in any how, and their intention was not to give us freedom. Right? So this is your second point. Earlier we discussed about Simon Commission. Now we move to the third point of this chapter, demand for complete independence in the year 1929. Let me explain now that in Nehru Committee report we asked for dominion status, means Britishers' control over India was possible to continue. Only internal independence we asked. External, they were remain to be power as our demand. But even though they denied, So now you understand me carefully that complete independence became next goal or objective for the future movements. See, in 1929, in those days, Nehru, as the youth leader of Indian Congress, he asked from the river bank of Ravi, Lahore, to give complete freedom because India had asked that if you are giving us dominion status by 31st December 1929 midnight, we will be ready to accept it. But if you will not ready to give us dominion status, then we will thereafter fight for complete independence. This was expectation from Indians, right? So now you understand that India was ready to wait up to December 31st, 1929 midnight. But if they not agreed, then we were ready to move towards our complete independence movement. And it was complete declaration by Nehru from Lahore river bank of Ravi conference of Congress. At that time, Congress also demanded one thing more, that now 26 January every year India will enjoy and celebrate their Independence Day. See, today we are celebrating 26 January as our Republic Day, because in 1950 we accepted and implemented our constitution to be enacted by 26 January 1950. In 1930 we said that now we will fight for freedom. So from 1930 to our freedom achieved in 1947, 15th August, we every year celebrated 26 January as the Independence Day. But after Independence Day became 15th August in 1947, 1950, we thought that to rememorize our first Independence Day, we will implement our constitution by same date on 1950. And in that way, Republic Day became memorable by original Independence Day of 1930, 26th January, right? So it was our beginning of demand for complete independence. So again I repeatedly say some points. National Assembly gathered at Ravi in Lahore. Nehru, Subhash Chandra Bose, all were active leaders and they were youth in those days. They were demanding for complete independence. If our Nehru Committee report is not accepted and if Britishers are not ready to give us dominion status by 31st December 1929, we will fight for complete independence. So it was the biggest demand in those days, that I want to say. And in 26 January we celebrated as our first Independence Day. Up to 1947 the independence achieved on 15th August. Every year we celebrated 26 January as the Independence Day. But as the independence was achieved, so the Independence Day changed, and after 2 years our constitution was completely framed. So we decided to rememorize our first Independence Day. We decided to adopt our constitution in 1950 on same date. Which date? 26 January 1930 was first Independence Day, and that day we again decided to adopt as the first Republic Day, and we implemented our constitution by that day. Right, my friends? So I discussed today 3 points with you: Simon Commission report, Nehru Committee report, demand for complete independence. Right, my friends?